Hi everyone, just a little flow to work our core, so our tummy muscles and our glutes. I'm just going to put my hair back and then let's all meet up in tabletop. So set your base, spreading the fingers wide, shoulders are over the wrists, knees are underneath the hips, neck's in line with the rest of the spine. Try not to jut your chin up or let the head drop down. Pelvis is in neutral, shoulder blades on the back of the rib cage in neutral. Just hold it here a few breaths. And then from here you're just going to think about either scooping up and in or zipping up, or maybe you're thinking about gently hugging into the midline to activate those deep tummy muscles. Not too tight. Starting our practice off with a glute raise. So squeeze the right glute, float the right knee off the floor, hips are level. Flex the foot, hold it here, and let's pulse for 1, for 2, for 3, for 4, for 5, for 6, for 7, for 8. Slowly lower the right knee to the floor. Come out to the side for 5 hydrants, that's 1. Slowly come back down. Come up for 2, not too high, for 3, for 4, for 5, for 6, for 7, for 8. Slowly lower it down, and before that knee touches the floor, activate the right glute, squeeze up for glute raises for 1. Remember, don't come up too high, check in with that lower back for 2, for 3, for 4, for 5, for 6. Slowly lower that knee down, but bring the knee in. Try not to round the upper back, so knee tuck. Slowly come up for 1. Slowly lower down, bring that knee in, and then squeeze up with that glute for 2. Coming in for 3, for 4, for 5, for 6. Let's do 2 more. For 7 and for 8. Slowly come down, give your wrists a shake. Remember, if you need to do less reps, please do so, and just work with your own range of movement. Set your base, gently hug in, not too tight, or scoop up and in. Squeeze the left glute, float the left knee off the floor, flex the foot, hips are level, and pulse for 1, for 2, for 3, for 4, for 5, for 6, for 7, and for 8. Slowly lower down, straight into our 5 hydrants for 1, for 2, for 3, waist even on both those hands for 4, for 5, for 6, 2 more if you can, 7, and 8. Glute raises for 6, so squeeze up for 1, for 2, for 3, for 4, for 5, for 6. Slowly come down, tuck that left knee in, and then slowly squeeze up for 1, knee tuck, glute raise for 2, tuck the knee in, squeeze up for 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more if you can, 7, and 8. Maybe you need to give those wrists a shake. Slowly come back to your tabletop, set your base, spread the fingers wide, pelvis is in neutral, shoulder blades are in neutral on the back of the rib cage. Tuck the toes, gently activate the core, knee hover. Inhale, float the knees off the floor, maybe an inch, maybe half an inch, maybe a little bit higher, but keep everything in neutral. Extend that right leg out nice and long, hold it here. Right knee back in, knee hover, left, hold it here, step it back in, lower the knees to the floor. Modified side plank on the left. Checking that the left shoulder's over that left wrist. And start off with keeping the right foot on the floor. Activate the glutes for hip extension. Core is on. Hands can stay on the hips, or maybe bring the fingertips up towards the ceiling. And I'm just going to gaze down at the mat. So just check that the head and neck are relaxed. A few deep breaths here in our modified side plank. I'm leaning back into my left shoulder blade. Core is on, glutes are on. And then slowly come all the way back down, tabletop. Set your base, tuck the toes. Knee hover, activate the core. Float the knees off the floor, hold it here. Extend that left leg out long, bend it in, right leg, bend it in. Lower the knees to the floor, modified side plank on the right, so just take your time. Right shoulder, right wrist. Activate the glutes, maybe you've kickstand that lower leg out. Open up, glutes are on, core is on. Maybe reach the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. You can look straight ahead, or I'm just gazing down at the mat. Just check that the head and neck are nice and relaxed. A few deep breaths here. And on your next exhale, slowly come back to tabletop. Cross the feet over the ankles. Slowly come back to seated. Modified bow. Sit up nice and tall. Activate the core. Slowly hinge back. Hands can stay behind the thighs or reach the fingertips forward. Float the right foot off the floor. Hold it here. Ankle can be in line with the knee, or it can be a little bit lower if it feels a bit too intense. Hold it here. Keep breathing. Lower the right foot to the floor, left foot. Shoulders are relaxed. Relax the face, relax the fingers. Float that right foot down to the floor, hold it here. Option to float the right foot off the floor and then the left foot. You can bring the hands to the back of the thighs if that feels more comfortable, or you can have them on the floor, or if it feels too much, just keep the toes on the floor and breathe. Next exhale, cross the feet over the ankles. Slowly come all the way back up to your tabletop, setting your base. Spreading the fingers wide, looking down towards the mat. Next and arms, the rest of the spine. Toes are tucked. Core is on. Let's come back into our knee hover. Extend that right leg out long, hold it. Bring it back in. Left. Hold it, bring it back in, knees to the floor. Superman. Extend that right leg out, extend the right fingertips out. Either stay here or float the fingertips and the left foot off the floor. You can keep the hand on the floor, or you can just keep the left hand underneath the shoulders. Think about creating length in that leg. Hips are level, core is on, right glute is on. Slowly bring the left hand to the floor, the right knee. Modified side plank on the left. Left shoulder, left wrist. Activate the glutes, hip extension, core is on. Right fingertips towards the ceiling. You can either look down towards the mat or gaze straight ahead. Option now to float the right foot off the floor. Hold it here. Slow inhales. Soft exhales. Slowly lower the right foot to the floor. Slowly come all the way back round tabletop. Coming into that knee hover. Core is on. Float the knees off the floor. Extend the left leg back. Hold. Step it in. Right foot back. Hold. Step it in. Knees to the floor. Extend the left leg out. Right hand. Either stay here or float the left foot off the floor. Maybe the right fingertips. Remember, the fingertips can stay on the floor, or the right hand can be underneath that right shoulder. Core is on. Try to keep those hips level. So try not to lift that leg up too high. And then slowly come back to tabletop, side plank on the right. Slowly come round, right shoulder, right wrist. Adjust your base, activate the glutes for hip extension, core is on. Left fingertips towards the floor, you can look straight ahead or down at the floor, check in with the head and neck. Maybe raise the left leg up. And breathe. Slow inhales, soft exhales. And on your next exhale, let's slowly meet up in tabletop, crossing the feet over at the ankles. And then slowly come back, sitting on equally on both seat bones. Option this time, keep the hands here or extend the fingertips up. You can keep one foot on the floor and then float one foot up, lower, left foot up, lower. Or if you're feeling a little bit stronger today, you can float both feet off the floor, keep that core nice and active, tap the right toe down and then the left toe down. So when you're ready, pick your variation and right toe and left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Rest if you need to, if not we're carrying on. Right, left, right, left, right, left. A few more if you can. Right, left, right, left. I've lost count. Right, left. Let's do one more. Right and left. From here, place the feet down. Your option is just to crawl down to meet up on laying on our backs, or you can curl down. Stay strong in that core. C-shape that spine. Slowly curl down, vertebrae by vertebrae, nice and slow. And then once you get there, just settle yourself down, checking that pelvis is in neutral, hip bones are roughly level, that lower back is not pushing down to the mat and it's not overly arched. Release the arms down by your side, either palms down or palms facing the ceiling. Relaxing the backs of the shoulders down into the floor, feet about hip width apart. Activate the core, front, side and back. Squeeze both glutes, slowly come up into a low bridge, checking that pelvis in neutral, so maybe place the heel of the hands on the hip bones, fingertips pointing down towards the pubic bone. Weights even through the feet, so try not to roll those knees out or roll the knees in. Keep that big toe mound in contact with the floor. Glutes are on, core is on. Feel those legs working, front and back. Hold it here. And on your next exhale, slowly lower all the way down to the floor. And then come all the way back up. Hold it. Glute raises, so slowly lower the glutes back down to the floor, and before they touch, squeeze back up so those glutes can stay activated. Squeeze up for 2, squeeze up for 3, keep the core on, squeeze up for 4, for 5, for 6, for 7, for 8, maybe rest or maybe 2 more. 9 and 10. Slowly come down. Option now to do leg floats, where you raise one leg, lower it, then the other leg. Or maybe you're going to join me with both feet floating off the floor. Flex the feet. Core is on. Right leg, so that right heel is going to gently tap the floor, slowly come up, and then the left heel gently touches and comes back up. So when you're ready, your option, a leg float or a little heel digs. Starting with the right foot, slowly lower the right foot down, come up, left and up, right, left, check in with the breath, right, Nice and slow. Left, right, left. Remember, any time you need to go back to leg floats, please do so. Just keep carrying on, whichever feels appropriate for you. The movement is slow and controlled, coming from the hip. Two more each side, so right and then the left. Last one on the right, and then the last one on the left. Gently hug those knees in, maybe stay still, or remember a gentle rock from side to side. Slowly float both feet down. Relax the arms down, coming into your bridge. Activate the core, squeeze the glutes, low bridge once more. You can check that the hips are level. Hands can stay on the hips, hands can stay on the floor, or you have the option of raising the arms so the fingertips point up towards the ceiling, palms faced in. Keep that core on, keep the glutes activated, heel raise. To bring the right heel off the floor, lower it back down, left heel, lowering it back down. Or you can just stay in your bridge, holding it there. So now slowly lowering and rising one heel at a time. I can feel this in my calf muscles as well as my thighs, my glutes. My core is on. Just nice and slow. Rest when you need to. One more each side. Hold it here. Slowly lower the arms to the floor, and then slowly curl down vertebrae by vertebrae. All the way down, lower back, pelvic tilt. Slowly come back to that neutral spine, relax the shoulders. Option here is to do your leg floats, but maybe add in opposite arm, opposite leg. You can float both feet off the floor and do your little heel digs, so gently tapping one heel on the floor and then the other. Or you can join me in a single leg stretch. So gently curling the upper body off the floor. Core is on, check that you're not doming that tummy out. Extending my right leg, so the leg can be here or here. Right hand's coming to the inside of my left knee. My left hand is on my outside of my left lower leg. And then from here, you're just gently going to bend that right knee and just gently swap over legs. Right hand on the outside of the right lower leg, left hand on the inside. And then just gently swap over. So when you're ready, your option, right leg, and then left leg. If you're doing your single leg stretch with me and you find it's too much on the head and neck, you can gently press the head back into the hands. Just be careful you're not pulling on that head and then that neck. The movement's slow and controlled. If you're doing your single leg stretch, the leg can be higher. And as you get stronger, it can just come closer to the floor. Remember to rest when you need to. Let's do two more each side if you can. Last one on each leg. Slowly lower the body down, hug the knees in, gently rock from side to side. Float one foot down and the other foot down. Option to come into a full body stretch. lengthening out the legs. Flex the feet maybe, or maybe point the toes, or maybe do both. I'm gently going to point my toes now. And then slowly float the arms back down to the side of your body. Slide one leg in and the other leg. Let's come into a gentle spinal twist. Cross the left foot over the right. Option to bring the arms out wide, so the fingertips, hands, elbows are in line with the shoulders. And then just gently rotate over to the right. My left foot's going to touch the floor. Just pause here. You can keep the head in neutral, or maybe gaze at the left hand, keeping that left shoulder on contact with the floor. Maybe stay here, maybe slightly deeper, whatever's working for you in this practice. One more breath. Use that core to help come back up to center. Slowly uncross that left leg. Slowly cross the right leg over. And then just slowly come over. Right foot touch the floor. Just pause here for a moment. It may feel slightly different this side. Head can stay neutral. Maybe gaze over at the right fingertips. Maybe deepen or just stay where you are. Eyes can be open, eyes can be closed. And then very slowly use the core to help you come all the way back up. Uncross the legs. Release the arms down. You can stay here, or maybe lengthen the legs out. You can come into a little shavasana, your choice. Just a few rounds of equal breath here. And I'd just like to say thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed working that core. And hopefully I'll see you soon. Thank you. Goodbye everyone.